Before we get to our review, I would like to wish all my members of the Digi family a very happy Independence Day. And this Independence Day was particularly crowded because there were many films that were out, many films that were releasing at least one from every language. Unfortunately, the films that I wanted to watch, for example, the Pa Ranjit film, or the Jitu Joseph film, or the film written by Vipin Das, the Malayalam films that were there, none of them are releasing in Mumbai this weekend, and so those reviews are going to be postponed indefinitely. If they happen to get released theatrically in the coming weeks, we'll see. Otherwise, OTT is the only way out. And it's actually baffling given that India is such a country that produces a lot of films but doesn't have too many cinemas to support those films, which is absolutely baffling. With that little rant, let's get back to the review that we're going to be talking about. And for a change, I thought, why not review a Hindi film that I happened to watch yesterday? And the Hindi film that I am going to be discussing today is the 2024 film which is released today, called STREE 2, which is the direct sequel to STREE. Now, STREE, as you would know, is one of the better horror comedies to come out of Indian cinema, so to say, and it had the right blend of horror and comedy to accompany the narrative, and it also invariably became the first film of the Maddox supernatural universe that is there. The universe is a fashion now, and there were so many films later on that came and joined this universe with different characters from the supernatural that were present in this universe, like Bedia, like Munja. And finally, after abandoning Ruhi, it came back. The circle was complete with STREE 2. Now, one thing to notice with STREE 2 is that the original creators, Raj and DK, are not associated with this film, and it immediately reflects in the film, in the narrative that is there. Having said that, STREE 2 still holds its own as far as the horror and comedy genre is concerned. But does it manage to impress? Let's find out. But before that, if you haven't liked or commented on the video, remember to like and comment on the video as a video ritual. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. With that, let's get back to our review and coming to the story and screenplay. STREE 2 is essentially the story of another episode from the town or village of Chanderi, in which after the villagers overcome the curse of STREE, they have a new nemesis to face in the form of Sarkata that is there. And again, it is left to Vicky and his gang to bring the villagers out of it, even as the women from the village start disappearing along the way. Now, as far as the horror and comedy genre is concerned here, it is a mix of both, and that is a rarity in the horror comedy genre, wherein one of the genres gets tilted or gets skewed out. And here I felt that the amalgamation of horror, and it's futile by the way to expect an atmospheric kind of a setup that is there, particularly in the supernatural universe that is there. So here the horror is more in the jump scare space, and the comedy was retained from the original part. So both of them in a way worked. Horror in the form of jump scares, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm more in the atmospheric zone that is there, but it definitely managed to impress one and all. Coming to the opening act itself sets up the context for the film to follow, wherein you are acquainted with the threat of Sarkata that is there before getting to the reintroduction of Vicky and his gang. Later on, you see even the character Abhishek Banerjee coming through that is there. Now, one thing that is there, that the universe that is set up, I quite like the way they tied up the universes together. You see a scene that you would have previously recollected as a post-credit scene in Bedia, and that was well connected here, wherein the audience, the viewers, already had the context to the STREE that was there, the STREE universe that was there, and the 30-minute prelude that was showcased in this film. And once the character of Abhishek Banerjee returns, there are a lot of laugh out loud moments. The entire sequence wherein they send him out. The character of Jana that is there is they send him to invoke. STREE, to counter Sarkata, and that itself was a hilarious moment because they invoke Sarkata instead, and when they try to flee, the head symbol of Sarkata follows them, and it leads to a hilarious chain of events leading to the final act that is there. Now the mood slightly changes in the second hour that is there, wherein the humor slightly dries out, I felt. And although there were cameos and there were crossovers that were there, and it almost seemed like Chanderi Civil War, you did feel that the humor was slightly lacking, and horror was taking slight more precedence. Another, shift of a genre was that this was heading towards a superhero genre, so to say. So, along with the comedy and horror elements, you also see a supernatural element that is there in the genre. Now, whether this is for the better or for the worse is only time will tell in the forthcoming films of this universe. But here, overall, it definitely did work. Despite a few shortcomings and few shrieks and strills in the second hour, which were a bit stretched. I must admit, the second hour was a little stretched. It still managed to impress and hold its own. So overall, the screenplay definitely managed to impress. Now, coming to the technical aspects like dialogues, music, and the direction, I think the dialogues were quite funny. With the one-liners that were there, they definitely left a lasting impression, and they were absolutely hilarious in the form of a situational comedy as well. There were pop references that is there, in which one of the lines said, "Ab tum Rajkumar lag rahe ho," to the character which was played by Rajkummar Rao. So I think that was funny in itself. That was there, very self-aware of what it wanted to say, and I think it did lead to quite a few laughs. I felt even the music worked well in the context of things as well. The songs were also well integrated in the drama. I think the BGM also worked very well. Cinematography definitely comprised of frames, that definitely elevated the drama and the horror quotient that is there. One area of improvement in the technical aspects was the VFX. I think the VFX was a little elementary. They could have been improved, but that is for another day. Otherwise the film definitely works, and a large credit goes to the director Amar Kaushik, who does a wonderful job here. He definitely knows the horror comedy genre like a back of his hand, and he does a wonderful job here, definitely. And to construct a drama and to balance out the two genres, I think was a good move that was there. Coming to the performances, I felt the performances are pretty good. Shraddha Kapoor definitely, was sincere and earnest and managed to impress. Pankaj Tripathi is blessed with an impeccable comic timing. So even his stoic demeanor that is there evokes a lot of laughs, and he did a wonderful job. Apar Shakti Khurana and Abhishek Banerjee, both of them were wonderful to watch, and they did a wonderful job. Even Rajkummar Rao was splendid and did a splendid job. And the two cameos that were there, I'm not going to reveal who the two cameos are, although you may have already got the spoilers, but I won't be giving out any spoilers. Both of them were impressive. One of them was massively unexpected, and good to see that person in this, Maddox supernatural universe. So overall, I felt all performances are good. Everyone managed to hold their own and definitely deliver the product that STREE 2 was at the end of the day. A good amalgamation of horror and comedy. Hilarious and also spooky, creepy in a few scenes that were there, and the show off at the end. It almost reminded me of Civil War from Marvels. So yeah, STREE 2, I enjoyed it. I happened to enjoy it, and I thought, let's put out a review of STREE 2 today, given that I had to do 3 reviews on my site today, written reviews of STREE 2, of Khel Khel Mein, and of Veda. All three are available on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below. They are also on the social media handles. Visit all of them, read each review. It's all detailed, and I have put in a lot of effort in that, and I didn't get any much time to watch anything in the Malayalam space. I said, let's make a Hindi review today, and I hope you like this. If you're liking this, please smash that like button, comment on if you watched the film. What did you make of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? If there are any recommendations, throw me that as well. Also, let me know your response. How is 3-2 received in the state of Kerala? I know my majority of my audience is from Kerala, so let me know that, and I would be happy to listen to your stories as well. And you can share this video with your friends and family. Ask them to subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this Digi family together. I'll see you again soon with another review. Before that, let me also know, how is that anthology series that is shaping up? Is it doing well? Is it living up to your expectations? I haven't got a chance to start it. I don't know. I'm hoping to finish it by tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the video is going to come out on Sunday, if possible. So let me know, how is that film. It's written by legendary writer M.T. Vasudevan Nair, and each of his stories are directed by different filmmakers that are there from the modern generation. So that's a nice little amalgamation right there. However, I am a little skeptical as well, on the perception of the filmmakers to the stories of M.T. Vasudev Nair sir. So that is an interesting amalgamation that is there. If any of you all have already watched it, let me know your thoughts in the comments on that as well, and whether or not a video should be made on that. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.